to start the game. Like we were kind of just like out to lunch on a couple plays. Obviously when that happens, they're a good team, so they got a rhythm, and then it's hard to stop a team when they're in that much of a rhythm throughout the game. It kind of just carried throughout the whole game.
You did hold them to no fast break points, no points off turnovers in that third quarter. Anything that you all were able to kind of bottle up in that third quarter better?
In that third quarter?
Yeah.
Just got some stops, scored a little bit. So I thought we scored the ball pretty well that third quarter, which obviously them taking it out the net makes it hard to have transition points. But defensively, I still don't think we were as good as we've been all year.
Doug, Mark has given you a lot of credit for the force that you're playing with offensively, and kind of that being a nice developmental point for you over the course of the season. How have you felt yourself kind of from where you were at the start of the season to now kind of growing in that area?
I'm better at it, just playing through more and more contact each game. I think I've been saying this a lot, just not really like worrying about fouls and stuff like that. But yeah, just like seeing little gaps and being able to hit them, and then from there, it's not even about scoring; it's just about like making the right play. But yeah, there's just times beginning of the year that I could have drove or could have made a play that I just didn't see it. And now that I've gotten a lot of reps with it and I see it more, and I'm able to kind of like attack it.
They actually was just saying that the way you guys started and the way Keisha started when they come out, they're punching you guys in one left straight. You were tracking for 70 minutes. He said it's just human nature that the game kind of started that way and you kind of have to fight that. How do you sort of fight human nature, not just tonight, before, until the end of the regular season?
Yeah, we've done a good job of it. I don't want to like blow this game up super crazy. Like I think how many games we just won in a row? 11. Like that's hard to do in general. I don't want to say we'll have games like this, but that to your question, that is like the human nature part of it is like we've already clinched we're going to be first place, like we know. So I think it's very easy to like let yourself off the gas, but we've done a good job of it. I think this team really enjoys winning too. So just trying to keep that like competitive edge each game. And I think I said this last time. It's just like we're playing against ourselves. Like we're trying to like get ready and figure out what works and what doesn't for the playoffs. So we're trying to keep that in mind as we play.
Maybe this is a formula for Houston specifically, but obviously they outgunned you guys and they give them second chance.
That's what they do, yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't been a thing that's beaten you guys this year nearly as much as last year. Is that just specific to today? You feel like that's something that could pose a threat?
No. I mean, we have double bigs now. Yeah, that's just what they do. Like I said, I think the start of the game is what hurt us. When you have a bad start and you let a team get in a rhythm, then that's when you start giving up stuff that like the team actually wants to do. And we just didn't force them to do anything on our terms for the most part. And a microcosm of that is then them getting rebounds and playing how they want to play.
Ball handling's always been a strength of yours. Do you feel like it's taken another step this season? And if so, what's the work look like for you on that aspect of your game?
I wouldn't say it took another. I guess it did. Like just kind of like getting more comfortable dribbling through traffic. I think that's more just the coaches and everybody having more faith in me to be able to do like a trial and error thing with that. So I've just gotten more and more reps at doing a lot of stuff on the court. So I would say I got better at it. But yeah, in the off season, like I work on it. I grew up little, so I've always had to like kind of handle the ball. But everything else now is just like trial and error throughout the season. Like I said before, like playing against myself a little bit and seeing what I can do and do stuff that I usually don't do and see if it works.
The losses have been few and far between the season because we're ready to lose. But can you use a loss like this for motivation the rest of the way?
Yeah, I use wins as motivation too. Yeah, I think it's a very humbling experience to lose, especially just, like you said, we haven't really lost a lot this year. So I don't want to say it's good to have that feeling, but just like a good like reality check, bring us that. Like you can take wins for granted. I think we kind of did that to start the game tonight.
Along those lines, Jalen, how much does that carry into the next matchup? I mean, we're months removed from the Luka Doncic trade, but just going up against a team like that, how much does that carry over into, looking forward to it?
This loss will probably carry over for about another hour. And then probably going to go home, eat, go to sleep, and we'll be playing a completely different team and another good playoff team where we get to I don't want to say redeem ourselves, but we just get another challenge to get better and prepare for April.
You mentioned that, winning is, motivation just as much as a loss. How would you describe the difference in sensations? And I guess what is that like going weeks without feeling the motivation from the loss?
I think you can learn a lot more from a loss, and like when you lose, you get to learn more about yourself. And I think winning, the sensation gets a little numb to the point where you can kind of take a lot of things for granted. So when you lose, you start to think about all the stuff that went into what actually like goes into winning a game. So I think when you lose, it can kind of clear your vision a little bit. And I think that's been kind of like one of those cases for us this year.
Thanks, Dale.
Thank you.